Hi, hello, welcome everybody. So we have Helena Baker here with us for this talk about building a personal brand on LinkedIn. How are you today, Helena?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you. I'm excited to have you here. And so, in short, you are a professional networker and an all-around schmoozer, which is the Yiddish word for a smooth talker, right?
That's
Um, Right. I read about you that you take networking seriously, and so seriously that after less than a year in Israel, you have created the English speaking network that you are the CEO, and people can see in your title that you're here as representing that networking association. So, would you like to tell us more? And I would give the stage to you.
awesome. Thank you so much. So I have a presentation prepared.
Right.
Obviously, we don't have much time at all. So if anyone has questions, please do throw them into the chat section and I'll revert to your questions before I continue with the presentation. So just to let you know about that. But if not, I'm just gonna go with the presentation and we don't have so long. So our presentation I normally give, I'm going to whiz through some parts of it because it's less relevant. Basically, just for some context, is that I was a freelance writer. I started my career at 22. I kind of had no clue what I was doing, to be honest. But I really worked hard to grow my personal brand. You can see me here with my lovely banner photo. It was something I worked extremely hard at. I moved to Israel 3 years ago now. And there I really started networking more, growing my business. I created a networking group for English speaking business owners, which is now very successful. And we have 80 members across the board. And I really did that both through networking and through LinkedIn. So I really do believe that LinkedIn is a hugely tremendous asset to have. What I'm going to kind of discuss here is why you need LinkedIn, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, how to create content, reaching out, and kind of LinkedIn best practices. Okay. So firstly, I just kind of want to say that for my personal business, I just want to point out the importance of LinkedIn, that it was a huge kind of help in terms of getting my clients as well as personal branding. So it really is a tremendously powerful tool. So the first thing you want to do when you look at your LinkedIn is really understand the aesthetics of it. So whilst it's not like Instagram, it's not a terribly, the looks aren't as important. You want to make sure you have a profile photo that's very clearly your face, that it is a photo. It is a headshot. It's not kind of a whole body at your brother's wedding. You do want to use a cover photo. So the cover photo is this here. A lot of people don't use this space. You can really put anything you'd like here. I would, if maybe do a nice view that you enjoy, or you could write a little bit more about yourself. You can go on Canva and create something. But I really would encourage you to use the cover photo. Now, in terms of this is kind of the bio, and this is important. And a lot of people here don't really use this as well as they could because there are a lot of characters here. So I really wouldn't just kind of put something, a bit boring and obtuse, but I would really go deep into that. So if you're looking to work in software and enjoy and have a background in that, then make that really clear. Use emojis, but do use those characters. A lot of people don't, and it is a shame. And the last thing that I want to say here is the 500 plus connections. Once you have over 500, I myself have 22,000, it will just say 500 plus. So you really do want to get it to 500 plus, and you want to go and, add friends. I would go to Facebook, I would go to WhatsApp, and I would firstly add everybody on those connections firstly. And that's a really, really easy way to get your connections up and past that 500 mark. Because once you're kind of past 500, it looks a lot more professional and impressive. The about section, a lot of people don't spend very much time on this at all, which is a really big shame, I would say. Take some time about this. It doesn't have to be, she does this and he does this. That's kind of the very old school LinkedIn approach, and it's not as accepted these days. Really write from the heart, try and be more personal. I encourage you to go take a look at my about section. I'm by no means, the god of this sort of thing, but it's a nice about section. People write to me to tell me they enjoy reading it sometimes. People definitely read the about section. They spend time to read it. So if you can hook them in that time, it can definitely help you. So if you're looking for jobs, I would definitely recommend that you spend time on this and make sure it's clear what your experiences are in that industry, what you're looking for, what your passions are, that sort of thing, and always add something a little bit personal for them to connect with. Experiences. I have to be honest, I'm not sure anyone's reading these desperately. I absolutely would recommend that you obviously have all your experiences filled in clearly. In terms of keywords, it's somewhat is also important. So the way that, you know, if you search on Google and the top results are the most high ranking websites for SEO, it's exactly the same with LinkedIn. So if someone is searching for copywriter London, you kind of want to come up at the top of that search. So do bear in mind that keywords are definitely relevant and important on LinkedIn as well. Testimonials. Listen, no one's ever going to write a testimonial for you, I have to be honest. But what you can do is reach out to former employees, reach out to former colleagues, friends, whatever it is, and say, listen, I'm going to write a testimonial on your behalf. Will you post it on my page for me? Obviously, only write that if it's, you know, if you have a good relationship with them, but it can definitely help you. It helps your profile seem a lot more authentic, and it really will help in terms of testimonials. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is mindful scrolling. So a lot of people kind of go on LinkedIn and they hop in and out, but they're not really mindful on it. So what I would suggest is that, you know, 3 times a week for half an hour, you really spend time on LinkedIn, liking, commenting, and sharing on other people's posts. And I absolutely think that you'll find this to be immensely helpful. It will get you a feel for the platform, allow you to network more clearly with the people you're interested in. And it's very good practice. So I would recommend doing this. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen because I'm not sure if anyone's asked me questions. And I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. If anyone has any questions, I can't see them. I don't think anyone has any. Oh, are testimonials really relevant? Absolutely. I absolutely think that they are relevant. I think people are looking at them. I think that they you know, they can see this and this person really likes them. It must mean they're good. So definitely get those testimonials, particularly for job seekers. Does anyone have any more questions? Sorry, exactly, for some reason. Okay, I'm going to go back to the slideshow now. I'm so sorry, when I'm speaking, I can't see that at all. So if you have more questions, please do put them in the chat section. We only have about 7 more minutes left. I appreciate. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay, which everyone should be able to see now. Okay. Now, in terms of outreach, of kind of writing posts on LinkedIn, as job seekers, I have to be honest, it's absolutely less relevant than it is for someone like myself. That being said, if you can look at really creating a personal brand on social media, it will absolutely help your employment. Now, I don't think you need to have a content strategy and start posting regularly, but I think once a week is a really, really nice place to start. But even if you're not yet ready to do posting, if I have time, I'll come on to posting shortly, you can absolutely be networking through LinkedIn. So if you see someone's content that you like and find interesting, then you can comment on that and start a real conversation. So I'm taking the example here of Josh Feigenbaum. You know, he here actually got replied. He replied, this is just a conversation that would happen normally in face-to-face networking that they brought onto the LinkedIn platform. And that's the power of LinkedIn. So when you're doing that mindful scrolling, do try and start those conversations because they can really get you seen by the right people. Okay, who should you be connecting with? So we kind of covered this before. Firstly, please go on Facebook, go on WhatsApp and add every single person from there. They're your best referrals. They're the people most likely to promote you. Do that. And then go on colleagues, and where I said potential clients, obviously you want to be going for potential employees. In terms of when you're doing outreach, and I'm sure a lot of you probably are outreaching to HR managers and things like that, you know, please do be mindful of the messages you're sending. Try and write them. They don't have to be this different message for every person, but do definitely try. I'm just checking the time. Okay, we're very short. Do try and make them personable, that they're from a real person, not from a robot. Some of the horror messages that I've received, this is from, you know, it's about a media leadership in England. I live in Israel. There's nothing on my profile that suggests I want to do a media leadership. Again, a property investment. Again, I don't live in London. Again, I'm not in the property sector. The way that I would write perfect connection request, and you only have 299 characters in which to do this, so just be wary of that. So you want to introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do. Then you want to give them a compliment. I really like the company. I really like the company's values, whatever it is. And then you can say, oh, great to know more about what you do. Or you could say, do you have any job availability? I don't know that this will necessarily get you in the door, but if you are then active on LinkedIn and you're already connected with those people, it might absolutely help you. Again, yeah, this is less relevant. Do you need Sales Navigator? Absolutely not at your stage. This is completely irrelevant for you. What I would recommend on LinkedIn, and all of you can be doing this, is if you finish courses, if you're doing courses online, definitely celebrate those victories, post about them on LinkedIn. People will see them and this stuff can go absolutely viral. So I have a client I do LinkedIn with, and she just celebrated the fact that she's written a book. She's up to 10,000 views on it. And the post before that got 500, to put it into context. So really, even if you've not yet got a personal brand, this can really be the start of it. So do this. Again, you can also, I'm just checking the time. Again, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I do apologize. I just want to see if anyone's messaged. No, they have not. How can you stand out in Israel as a junior engineer seeking a job on LinkedIn? Okay, that's a very niche question, but I'm going to answer it. I think it's very relevant. What I would say is like I said to you, is you really want to be optimizing that profile. So you want to make sure that you've got a very nice profile photo. You've got a nice cover photo. Your about section really stresses the academic excellence that you have, what you're really looking for. And more than that, you want to be reaching out. So you want to be networking on LinkedIn. You want to be messaging people. You really want to kind of get involved in that, basically. It's really, really important that you are networking on LinkedIn, that you're reaching out to people, that you're commenting on other people's posts. Being passive on LinkedIn is just not enough. I hope that that's helpful. Does anyone have another question before I go back to my screen? Can you share some tips on connecting and building relationships with recruiting managers on LinkedIn? It's a very, very, very good question. Yes, absolutely. The first thing you want to do is you want to reach out to them. You want to write them a message. Make that message nice and warm. You don't want to be overly desperate. Hi, I really like this, and this. It'll be great to connect. Keep that message very straightforward. Okay, that's number one. And then number two is you want to be constantly commenting on posts and replying to their posts. So if there's a recruiting manager that you particularly like, every day, check their posts, like them, comment on them. Again, not obsessively, but do try and stay in touch that way. That's all that networking is. Let them understand that you are kind of a fan, as it were, and it will definitely help as well. Do be networking on LinkedIn. See it as a tool for networking, because that's really what it is. Is that helpful? Rita, am I out of time?
No. I'm just telling you that we still have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
And it's been great so far. 2 minutes left we have.
Cool. Okay. So
yeah,
cool.
you can
Okay.
continue.
So I'm just gonna go. If anyone has any more questions,
there's someone that I would like to hand the mic to. Let's see if this works, and he can come on stage. Let's see. Let's see if this works. All right. Hi. Do you have a question for Helena, Hajat? Welcome. You there? Okay, it's connecting. Hi. Welcome.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hello. Do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm looking for the job because I do have experience in international BPO and KPO. That's what I have posted on chat as well. So, how can I connect to the abroad opportunities if I'm looking for that only? How can we make into it?
I'm so sorry. I didn't quite get the message and the question. I'm so sorry. Could you just repeat that?
Is it
Yeah.
related to LinkedIn? How you do that on LinkedIn, Hajat? Or
I'm on LinkedIn, but that too, I'm not having the abroad opportunities over there reflecting so much because I haven't so much connection on LinkedIn.
So
So,
if you want to up your connections on LinkedIn, then you can search for people on LinkedIn and connect with them. So you can search for HR managers in England, let's say, I'm just giving an example, and you can go and connect with them. You have 100 connection requests a week. So I really encourage you to go out and use those so you can connect with people who may well have jobs for you. There's no reason to be passive on LinkedIn. Take an active responsibility in it. I hope that that's helpful. I know that we're coming to the end of the time, so I wanted to say is please, I would love it if you added me on LinkedIn. Of course, my name is Helena Baker. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I've just put my handle in the chat section. It's Network with Helena. I offer a heck of a lot of content on Instagram in terms of networking, in terms of growing referral basis through networking, and also some funny content as well about living in Israel. I would love it if you followed me. And also that I'm very available on chat through LinkedIn as Instagram as well. I'm always happy to answer any questions. So please do follow me on Instagram. It's Network with Helena, and it's in the chat section there. And thank you so much, everybody. Hope that was helpful.
Great. So people are encouraged to connect with you and with each other as well, right? So when we do these events, this is another thing. It's the networking about these events, right? So
yes,
I would say we also encourage participants to check each other's profiles and connect on LinkedIn. So that's how how you would also advise people to make connections, Helena?
I would, if I don't know if there's a list of everyone who attended this event on Tech Jobs. I'm sorry, I'm not sure, but if there is that list, then go and connect with every single person from it. If there's definitely a list of the speakers, go and connect with the speakers.
Right. And don't be
again,
afraid of
you have
connecting.
100 connections a week. Use them to connect with people who may be of interest to you in terms of looking for jobs, whatever it is. Go and find those people. Don't be passive on LinkedIn. There is so much value on LinkedIn. I can't tell you, I've grown 2 businesses from it. I've had jobs from it. It's been an incredible tool for me. If you use it properly, it honestly can change your life.
Thank you so much. We have some more questions, but that's gonna have to be for our next time. Thank you, Helena, for being
so
here.
much.
Thank you, everybody, for participating and being so active, and stick around. Thank you. Bye-bye.